Hi, I thought I'd make this really short video to show you how to turn some mock exam data into a really helpful line graph which shows you the difference between a student's result and their target. It's a really visual way to see really quickly who's on track, who's not on track, and then you can go there with the diagnostic tool. Alright, so I'm using Google Sheets. This is just an example, but you create a spreadsheet with names in your class going all the way down one column. Their target, now what we're working in here for ease is percentage. So if their target's a D, I've put 50%. If their target's a C, I've put 60, B 70, A 80, A star 90. You might want to make the targets more higher for each grade. You might want to put 55 if it's a D. It's up to you. I've just used that as a base marker. And then the mock result is a percentage as well. So you've got the 3 columns of data there. Now what you have to do is select them all, and once they are all selected, you might want to now organise them so that they are in order of target, and that'll make the graph maybe a bit easier to read. So if you go to the organisation of the data, and then you can organise it by column B, which is by the target, and then you'll get at least that kind of organisation. Then you go to the bottom right hand button, which is down here, and when you press this, it will show you different types of graph that it can generate for you. Now the one I quite like is this one because it's got dots on it, and you just click with your left button of the mouse and you drag it onto your spreadsheet, and then you can exit out of that. And then what you've got is you've got a line graph version of that data. Now as you can see, I've got blue dots on the screen. The blue dots are the targets. The red dots are the student's actual grade. Now most places the students are below their target, which is probably what you'd expect if you're doing a mock exam several months before they're actually going to sit and say a GCSE. But you can see, say for example here, this student's actually way above their target, so that's a really key indicator to me to change that student's target grade. And you can spot points on the graph where the red line is above, and then that's an easy way of seeing who needs to raise their target grade. Other thing it's really useful for is looking if a student gap is particularly far below their target, because then they're students you can particularly prioritise for intervention work. Now if you find Google Sheets difficult to print from, for example, you need to download it. If you go to File, you can choose to download it as an Excel or as a PDF, in which point you could colour print it. And this would be a great thing to actually show the class as well. In some cases, it can really encourage a class if they can see that actually they are really close to their target. If they can see that visually, you can encourage them that the end is in sight and they're on track and they're doing really well.
Hit subscribe if you'd like to follow my vlog for more updates on teaching, reading and studying.